Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we'll be talking about, of course, some NBA basketball, but Tyler Herro or Josh Richardson might be the starting point guard for the Miami Heat. Yes, we're waiting on the Damian Lillard trade, but that trade hasn't happened. And yes, we know there's several point guards available in free agency, but the Heat aren't actively pursuing one. Kyle Lowry is obviously the natural point guard on the roster, but a person familiar with the team told the Miami Herald that the thinking is he won't be surprised if the Heat start Tyler Herro or even Josh Richardson as the starting primary ball handler if they are unable to acquire Damian Lillard before the season opener. Kyle Lowry would continue to come off the bench as like an energy player, which they did, near the end of the season. And it makes sense completely. But let's just go in and talk about each guy, what they would bring. Who obviously we would think Tyler Herro is the more natural fit at the point guard position, just because of what he brings and his style of play. But let's just talk about it. So first off, Tyler Herro will be the guy we'll talk about first. And Tyler Herro is a guy who's played 4 NBA seasons. This past year, he averaged a career high 4.2 assists with 5.5 rebounds. 20 points, which, he back-to-back years averaged 20 points. He's a career 17 points per game scorer and 3.5 assists. Now, he is a guy who, I think if we look right here, just to give you an idea what his assist, ratio is for his numbers. So right now he has an assist rating of about 20%. For his career, he's at 18. And this year, even though he averaged his highest assists, it wasn't his best. He averaged this past year just under 20% assist rating or percentage. The year before, he was almost at 21%. It's not a huge difference. But the natural thought that with Tyler Herro is he's the more natural guard there, being the 6'5" shooting guard with point guard like abilities. At this point, him also making $27 million a year. He's got, did you guys know he had T-Rex arms? Okay. He's with shoes, he's 6'6". Without shoes, he's 6'4.5", but he only has a 6'3" wingspan. I did not know that. And this is a guy, he's very confident. He's able to hit, big shots when needed. He's a volume scorer, but, he's always been a scorer. The thought process is, can he get himself to maybe like a Zach LaVine level of playmaking? And what I mean like that when I compare him to Zach LaVine is I think offensively they're very similar players. And Zach LaVine, his best season, 4.9 assists back in 2020 to 21. And he's a guy who's a career 3.9 assists, 4 rebounds. When you look at their stats, I think you guys would look, you're like, oh, well, Tyler Herro and Zach LaVine kind of look very similar. And with that being said, if you again look at the assist percentage for a guy like Zach LaVine, he's a guy who for his career is at 20%. And his best season, he was at 23.4, which per 36, I believe he would have been dishing out that season if he was just playing regular minutes every night. Yeah, it's still 4.9, nothing crazy at 100 per 100 possessions. I think we can pull up if you guys really want to get into the nuance right there, which it's not going to make a difference, but it's just to give you guys an idea if you guys are into, that type of, statistic information. So if per 100 possessions, 6.7 was his best, Zach LaVine. And if we go back to Tyler Herro was a guy that this past year, it was his best year dishing out assists in terms of total amount, but it wasn't actually his best in terms of percentage with, the year before. Again, he's a guy that he has shown in the past 2 years, if he was getting 100 possessions, he would be dishing out 6 assists. Again, 100 possessions stats it's a very arbitrary stat, so don't take it with a grain of salt. Just to give you an idea of like Tyler Herro. Now let's move over to Josh Richardson. And Josh Richardson started off his career with the Heat. Then, after 4 seasons, the Heat didn't want to pay him. Like, they didn't feel like he was deserving of paying, even though he was a 16 points per game scorer. They feel like he maxed out, so they traded him to Philly. Then he went to Dallas, Boston. He played in San Antonio and then New Orleans. And he's a guy that for his career, he has averaged, from about 29 minutes a night, 11.8 points, but a steal a night, 2.7 assists, 3 rebounds a game. And his career high in assists was actually his last year in Miami, where he was dishing out 4 assists a night. Yes, 4 assists a night in the year. He averaged 16.6 points. And to be exact, his assist ratio that year was 18%. And his half season with San Antonio this year, he was actually an assist ratio of 19. To give you an idea, Josh Richardson's per 100 possessions assist ratios in his best passing years, that last year with Miami in 2018 to 19 that we've referenced twice already, he would have averaged per 100 possessions 5.7 assists. And this last year, half season with the Spurs, again, he was playing like barely any minutes. He would have averaged 6.5 assists. So, statistically speaking, right now, Tyler Herro has the upper leg on who would be the better point guard if we were looking at stats. Now, with Josh Richardson, he's a combo guard who's also a wing, who's got good size and length, a little longer and taller. He's an actual full 6'5", maybe even a 6'6", with I think he has a 6'10" wingspan, and he's great on and off ball. Off ball, he's this spot up 3-point shooter, and then with the ball in his hand, he's this solid scorer who's actually a great creator, either as a facilitator or finding his shot out of the pick and roll. He has this really good pull up short mid-range jumper, and he's a bit overrated as a defender, but he's still a legit plus defender. But we act like he's an all defensive team defender, but he's not. He's just solid. And when he's given the opportunity to do more offensively, he hasn't excelled. But maybe being back in this system with Miami, it'll benefit him. But I definitely think that one's an interesting one to just see how it's all going to play out. And it's where I want to hear your guys' opinions. What do you guys think with Tyler Herro? Do you think he's going to be a guy that's going to be, and Josh Richardson as well, but Tyler Herro, Josh Richardson, who's going to be the guy that ends up, I guess we would say, being the starter? And right now, I do think it's Tyler Herro. Again, just to go back at that last statement, we said that Josh Richardson, when given the opportunity, has not thrived as much as one would hope. And I don't blame him. Again, I don't. I think that's more of a product of the team being I don't know. It's hard to sit here and, say, it's obviously going to be Tyler Herro, because we all want to say that and be that person, but we don't know what's true and what's gonna happen. But that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. If there was anything else you would have wanted me to say, let me know. And yeah, that's basically gonna be it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, let me know if there was anything else I needed to mention. But I feel like we got everything that would have needed to have been said, so I feel pretty good. So have a good one, guys. Goodbye, everybody.